Hi everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. Today we are at Morgan GMC here in Shreveport, Louisiana. We're going to take a look at the 2022 Yukon Denali XL. And here's the thing, if you live in or around the Northwest Louisiana area, or maybe you want to come here to buy a vehicle from this GMC dealership, make sure you talk to Wesley Swayze. And the reason why you want to do that, he's kind of the cooler on the prices of these models. No markup, basically, is what it comes down to. And if you understand what I'm saying about the cooler, tell me down in the comments. Some of you will get that, some of you won't. The reason I say talk to Wesley is because he will sell this to you at MSRP. No markup, you're not going to get price gouged. Very good news there. So I'll leave his contact information on the screen and down in the description of the video for you. So let's take a look at exactly what we have. This is an onyx exterior color. It's elegant as it should be. And in the interior, you've got teak and light shale, a very elegant color combination. And obviously there are some options that you can get if you want to order one of these that you won't find here. That's not a bad thing for that $74,380 price tag. I don't know that I'll be able to show you on the screen a dealership website screenshot like I normally do, because this model's already sold, so just so you know. Now, let's deal with a couple of things that people like to know about. Turn signal indicators built into the side view mirrors? Absolutely. Do you have LED lighting? Absolutely. Everywhere you look, LED headlights, and even though I don't have them on right now, the LED fog lights, daytime running lights, got the blinkers turned on there, and as you probably saw earlier, also LED tail lights, and just an overall aggressive look, but yet it has that strong touch of elegance with the way this model is designed. A very aggressive and strong looking grille. Gonna have that GMC logo right there in the center. Just really gives it an overall great look. Side steps right here. Now you're not gonna have the power side steps, and without the air ride suspension, you're not gonna have that ability to lower and raise like you would, but that's okay. It's not necessarily a bad thing. And we'll just take a quick look here as we take a look. Normally, I'm not a big fan of chrome rims or wheels. Let's get untongue twisted there, but I don't think you could go with anything else on this particular model. So you're gonna have chrome rims, a lot of chrome trim. I don't mean to sound like the cat in the hat there, but I did. And so it just seems to fit. And also those chrome exhaust tips right there have a very elegant look to them. And one thing that I don't think I'll be able to show you, but it's here, is that you have the motion sensor for the power tailgate right here. And there would be, if we weren't outside, if we had a dark enough area, there would be a GMC logo projected right here so that you can see where that is. But before we take a look at cargo numbers and towing capabilities, well, let's talk about the heart and the soul of what makes those things possible. It's what's under the hood. Here under the hood, plenty of horsepower. But obviously, one of my favorite features, if you watch me regularly, you don't have to open the hood and go looking for any kind of a manual stand to hold things up. You've got those hydraulic struts right there to reveal the 6.2 liter V8 that is under the hood, and plenty of horsepower here, 420. Mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. What about gas mileage? Well, 14 city, 19 highway, 16 combined. And for every 100 miles you drive, according to GMC, your Denali should use 6.2 gallons of gas. Kind of ironic that a 6.2 liter V8 would use 6.2 gallons of gas for every 100 miles driven. All right, guys, I talked about how you have the motion sensor right here, even though you can't really see what's there as far as the GMC logo goes. But here's something I want to share with you real quick. Notice how the door didn't open immediately? That is important. If you buy one of these and you use that feature like I just did right there, well, here's what a lot of people do. When the door doesn't open immediately, they swipe their foot again and basically reverse the process, keeping the door shut. So just something for you to know about that I know I have found is a very useful tip. And you will have a little bit more space under here, whatever you can get to fit under there. In fact, it goes all the way into the front right there. You can lift this floor out. A very nice feature. So let's talk a little bit about what you have back here. Towing capacity maximizes out. On this two-wheel drive model, you can safely tow 7,900 pounds. And as far as your cargo capacity goes, it ranges between 25.5 cubic feet all the way up to 122.9. So how are you going to maximize that cargo space? Well, you've got the handy dandy switches right here that you can use. So let's put those into action right here. Let's see if we can get those seats to start going down. So that's going to go down very quickly. Now notice what I'm doing. I'm going to have to hold that down to do that. So just so you know, and then you'll do the same thing with the middle row seats. But there is one difference between the two, in that for these rear seats, you notice the difference in the arrows. You've got the up and the down arrows here, so you can actually bring these back up automatically, but you won't be able to do that with the middle row seats. And before we move into the middle row area, you also have the advantage of having a power outlet back here, and there is an option to turn that on or off. So if it's not working when you try to use it, go into your settings and you'll be able to change that. And before we hop into the interior, let's talk a little bit about passive entry. That's this button right here. There are some settings for that where you can change whatever you want to with this, but here's what I would recommend, something you can add or change. I would turn on the feature where you can use this button on the rear doors to unlock all 4 doors if you want to. And there's other settings you can use if you need to, depending on your situation, but just so you can know. And I hope with this bright sunny day, you can see that you have a very nice Denali logo right here on the door sill, and obviously a lot of space. I'm going to put those seats back up and we'll get started on our interior tour. And as we begin our interior tour, let's take a look at the very large door bins. There is a lot of space right there. I've got a little bit of space right here. If you want to put your protein bars or beef jerky right there, and your bottle of protein powder goes right here, and whatever else you want. Maybe you just finished up your workout and you've got some Pop-Tarts or whatever you like there to add back in some of those carbs that you burned up. But one thing I want to notice or show you here, I want you to notice, let's get that out correctly. We're only going to do this in one scene. If you notice the difference in the position of the seats, this seat's a lot further forward, and you're going to use this lever right here. I almost call it a switch. It's a lever to move that back and forth. That's hard to do one-handed, so I'm not going to show you. And then obviously you can also put the seat down with that rear lever. But the good thing is that these are adjustable on the tracks that they sit on. And before we go too much further, I'm going to hop into the back seat and show you exactly what we have back here. We're going to do this in real time. I'm going to put these headrests up and show you what you have back here. And even with the seats being as far back as they can go here with this side, I still have a reasonable amount of leg room. My legs aren't touching the back of the seat, but that does have a lot of space to move forward if I wanted it to. And we'll just take a look at what we have here, and obviously cup holder right there, and just give you a quick look at what's here. Obviously it's going to be the same on both sides, but what do we have right here? Let's take a look at exactly what that is going to do. That's kind of cool. We hit that one time, we're going to hit it a second time, and it's going to move the seat right out of the way like that. That makes it easier for rear seat passengers to get out if they need to, or maybe somebody walks up and wants to use that from the outside, standing outside, they can do that as well. One thing I wanted to show here on the armrest is this pattern on the stitching right here. That's going to be unique to this Denali, and we'll take a quick look into the interior here. A very nice, comfortable interior. Obviously you're going to have more room for more of those protein drinks or energy drinks, whatever you need right there. You can set the phone right here or whatever will fit with the fold down armrest. And obviously nobody's going to go thirsty here, because we had 2 drink holders in the rear, 2 right there that we just looked at, and 2 more right here. I'm telling you what, GMC believes that your passengers in the rear seat area need to be hydrated. And here are the controls for the air conditioning. You also have heated seats back here in the rear seat area, so that's a nice feature. We'll get that to turn back off. And connectivity here, and another option on connectivity with the household power outlet down there on the bottom. But obviously the main area of action the nerve center of this Yukon Denali XL right in the front seat. Let's take a close look. And a quick look at the remote. We haven't looked at that yet, so I thought I'd show you what you have here. The GMC logo on the rear, and obviously remote start, one of the most popular features that people like to know about. You can open and close the rear tailgate. There's a lot of great options there. And just a lot of great materials here throughout. Pretty soft on the armrests right there. The nice wood grain trim right here that works its way around onto the dashboard. And then we'll take a quick look into that pretty deep glove box right there. And comfortable seating. You've got power adjustable seats for the driver and the passenger. Obviously a lot of space here. And let's just hop in here and take a quick look at the center console. And something that's interesting here that I wanted to share. You do have wireless charging. Obviously you would expect that to be here. But what if you need to charge two phones on a regular basis? Well, there is an aftermarket charger available that you can have installed right here. It connects to a 12-volt power outlet, and boy, that is just a nice option to have if you need it. And more connectivity right here. As you can see, a very deep console. There is a lot of space there. You can leave that tray in or take it out if you want to. And obviously more connectivity right here, more USB ports and a 12-volt power outlet. There is a lot here, but we're just getting started. And like I said, these are power folding side view mirrors. So let's see if I can give you a good look right there, hitting the button and letting you see that those mirrors do indeed fold in. And there's not much else to report additional on the driver's side door than what we saw on those rear doors, but you will see seat memory right here, and we showed that you can fold in those power folding side view mirrors. Here you're going to have quite a few things. Power parking brake, different safety features you can turn off or back on, and the controls for your heads up display. You can also control the headlights and your driving modes right here. And I really like the graphics that come up. We're going to hop inside here and just show you a little bit of that. It's kind of hard to get an angle of both screens, but hopefully that's doing well for you. I'm going to go ahead and hit the button here and show you the heads-up display. As long as I don't get tongue twisted here and let you see the heads-up display. There's a lot of different information you can bring up on there as far as a compass. You can bring up your lane keep assist information to kind of show you what's going on there. And obviously the speed and speed line or speed limit sign. Boy, did I tongue twist that one. The speed limit sign recognition. And here you go, seeing what's on the dashboard. A very nice dashboard. Great graphics right there. And everything for your cruise control, the adaptive cruise control, and obviously voice commands and other features right here. And something that's very interesting here that I get a lot of varying comments on, the push button shifter. Do you like it? Do you not? And tell me why you gave the answer you did. And we'll put it into reverse with that push button shifter. Actually, it's kind of a push and pull because you pull it to go into reverse, you push it to go into neutral, pull to go into drive, and push to go into park. And so just so you know what's there. But we'll go back to what we were originally talking about there. The multiple views of the cameras around the vehicle. You just, even though this vehicle is so big, you won't have trouble getting around with it. That's for sure. So a very nice look. You've got that overhead 360 degrees right there. And then, you know, pretty simple stuff to figure out here. Controls for the radio right there. Controls for your climate control here in the front. Dual zone in the front. Single zone in the rear. And then you have your wireless charging pad right here. Now here's something interesting. If you said to yourself, well, you know, I really would like to charge two phones at once, whether it's you and the passenger, or you have a work phone and your personal phone. Well, you've got the charger right here, but you can buy an aftermarket charger and have it put in right here. It plugs into a 12-volt power outlet, a really nice feature. And if you want to conceal away your connectivity with your USB and your 12-volt power outlet right there, well, that's easy to do. You can do the same thing with the cup holders right there, and boom, you're done. Very easy. And a very large, kind of a multitasker lid here, because it's also the armrest, but for the driver and passenger, but also the lid for the console. So let's take a look at exactly what you have in here. You got that removable tray and a very deep console there, and even more USB connectivity right there. There is a lot here. This is a fantastic model for what you get. So tell me down in the comments, do you plan to buy a Yukon for the 2022 model year? What trim level? What exterior and interior color combination do you want? Tell me all about it. I'm always curious to know. Got to say a special thanks to my friends here at Morgan GMC, especially my buddy Wesley. Like I said, if you're in the market locally for one of these, make sure to get in touch with Wesley. Get MSRP on your price. You won't get gouged. And of course, I've got to say a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out another of the videos that is on the screen right now, and I will see you there.